So what are some things, now that you've joined the Corcoran-Hall team, what are some things that you wish you would have known prior to jumping into real estate?
First off, I'd never do it with my wife, but kidding. She is an amazing mentor and somebody who has such a vast knowledge of how real estate works, how relationships work. And I have a sales background for a long time, but getting into real estate is completely different than doing, say, online or retail, which is what I have a lot of experience in. Yeah. The things that I would recommend to anyone is if this is going to be your primary job, have at least 6 months of savings put in the bank so that you know you don't have to worry about it. The average time for a first agent to get their first closing could be 6-9 months. So you better be prepared.
But you've done better than that.
I have. I did 7 or 8 closings in 8 months, I think. So it was a closing a month every, since I got into it, since I started, which has been really good for me. Activity's been good, but also kind of getting involved in your sphere, figuring out how to do, to market yourself as a real estate professional. It's definitely,
finding ways to do that are not actually like putting money out, just taking your time and your relationship. You've always been really good at building relationships through your last business and touching those people and really having the relationships.
Yeah, working through your sphere, I think is a huge one. Making those calls, making the hard calls, making the, sending out, all of your marketing materials to people or developing those marketing materials. I mean, luckily from my standpoint, I had kind of a leg up as far as marketing goes because you'd already kind of laid the foundation for that, But as an individual trying to come in, and this is my second foray into real estate in the last 20 years, that the marketing has got to be spot on, but then you also got to back that up with your time expertise and your ability to answer your phone. Because if you're not answering your phone, that'll be number 2. You're not going to get the next deal.
Absolutely. It's consistency. I think that's I think a lot of people, a lot of agents that start, and being in the business for so long, I've seen this happen where you get really excited, you have your first few deals happen, and then you kind of lose your consistency. So a lot of agents, I wouldn't even say that, like I'm not a lot of agents, I would say more so people in general will stop once they've kind of won a few times and they've got a couple sales going in whatever business they're in, they stop the consistency of how they got that business. Or, like whether it be mailers or whether it be whatever, going out to events or marketing or whatever, you kind of slow down. So how have you stayed consistent, and what motivates you to keep going?
So kind of to back up a little bit, I think what happens is, especially as a new agent, you get your first deal, you stop everything that you're doing to take care of that deal. And so you've 30 days to get a closing done, right? And then now you're contractually obligated to do all of these things, and you stop marketing yourself. You stop answering the phone. You're taking care of that one contract. Well, that closes, and 30 days later, you don't have anything else. Yeah, you're out of business. And one of the things that she said to me after my first deal, I remember, was, "Congratulations, you're out of business." And I was like, "You sucker. Like, you're so mean." Like, I was so proud, like, first,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but you indeed was completely out of business. And so then it was just spinning the wheels, and then realizing, when you get your first deal done and then onto the next one, that there's time. And there could be 2-3 months that goes by before you have the next deal.
Right.
And then hopefully you've worked hard enough in those 3 months, you put together multiple deals to happen at the same time. And then you start figuring out how to put together more than one deal at a time.
Right.
Because now you're just chasing your tail.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things, is just being consistent with what you're doing, reaching out to the people, keep reaching out to the people that you've already had contact